What is going on, everybody? Welcome to part number 3 of our Detroit Tigers True Rebuild here in MLB The Show 20. We are nearing the end of the regular season for 2020. And we have just a couple players that we want to take a look at, namely DJ Peters moving up to a 72 overall. We got Jake Rogers moving up to a 78. So this Detroit Tigers team, as it has been rebuilt in our image, we got some pretty decent players, some good young pieces that we're going to be able to work with here in the future. You guys see the September simulation. We lost more games than we won, as was the recurring theme of the entire season. However, it's really nice to see that some of these guys, our young guys that we're really hanging our hat on here, came through this season. Obviously, Tommy Edman there got hurt. Only a .239 batting average, only 9 home runs, so that Victor Reyes trade for him not looking so hot on my end currently, but we'll see how he does next season. Jeimer Candelario was great. Unfortunately, because the minor league seasons have ended now, they're already in the playoffs, I could not get the season stats for the minor leaguers like Casey Mize. So we finished the season with 60 plus wins. That was a big time improvement for the Detroit Tigers going into 2020 from the 2019 season. DJ Peters was one of the Rookie of the Year finalists in the American League. The Yankees beat the Chicago Cubs in the World Series. Dang it. The Cubs are my number 2 team, guys. The Cubbies are my number 2. Fortunately, they just could not get it done against the stupid Skankies. All right, so Michael Fulmer, we've got some contract negotiations that we want to look out for here, namely Fulmer and Danny Norris. What's it going to cost us if we want to offer these players arbitration versus a long-term contract? I'm looking at the numbers here, and I'm offering Fulmer arbitration. Jose Cisnero, we're going to offer him just a plain old simplistic contract to get that under wraps and get him here long-term. He doesn't have the best overall nor the best potential, but he does offer some depth. So that's a very quick little overview of tender contracts, re-signing some players, contract extensions. So now let's take a look at the free agent pool, see who's out here that could potentially help us in 2021. And are we looking to make a big splash? I'm looking at the list here, and there's not a lot of guys that I'm really thinking about. Yeah, Mookie Betts would be amazing, but do we really want to spend the money on Mookie Betts right now? Or do we want to try to find a stud later on when we're actually ready to win? Because, I mean, at that point, it's just diminishing returns. It's just diminishing returns. We won 60 games last year, and we got a lot of young guys trying to come up and potentially try to win 70, maybe 80 games this season in 2021. But I'm looking at some relief options. Rick Porcello, I know he's a starting pitcher, but that overall rating is starting to shoot down a little bit. He doesn't really fit where we're at with our starting pitching. And I found Vizcaino here. He's just sitting there at a 71, left-handed thrower, 99 break, 99 velo. He's good. So you might as well bring him in and really extend that bullpen out, add some depth there. I like Vizcaino. Maybe we can find another relief pitcher at some point. But backup first base job with Miguel Cabrera, he's down to a 71 overall right now. He's still got that really good contact rating at a 90 plus against lefties. So he's more becoming a situational type of player now that CJ Cron has kind of taken over that first base job. So I'm really looking at another backup first baseman, and there's nothing there. Second base, there's nothing really there either. Left field, we could solve this left field situation by signing a guy or just moving DJ Peters from center to the corner outfield spot. So he's going to be a corner outfielder. I know that he can play center, even though the game is saying that he is not available there. But he actually gets bumped up to an 80 overall by moving from center to left. And that actually helps Daz Cameron, as he's going to get the call-up here in spring training to have a shot to prove to us that he's ready to be a big league center fielder. But he is still a 65, so I'm looking a little elsewhere here to see what we could possibly do in center field. And I'm looking at Billy Hamilton, but I just don't decide to go this route because Hamilton just does not offer anything offensively, just nothing offensively other than the speed and the stolen bases, which have kind of been dwindling down a little bit ever since 2018. We are now shopping Dawel Lugo, a 26-year-old, 67 overall B potential second baseman that we just really don't have a home for him right now. He's kind of positionless. He can play third, he can play short, he can play second, but those positions are kind of already filled up. And you can see it there. Tommy Edmonds is shortstop, but we're going to move him over to second. We're going to move Nico to short to be the primary guy there. So Lugo just doesn't really fit anywhere. Plus, he doesn't have a lot of power, which is what the Tigers are trying to do. We're trying to get more power hitters into this lineup and infuse into this lineup. And there just really isn't a home for Dowell. So we're going to get rid of him, and we're going to acquire Josiah Gray. If you don't know who Josiah Gray is, look him up, guys. Link in the description. He's a good player. He's a really good pitcher. I like what we can potentially find and potentially have in that type of guy on our team. I think he's going to be solid. Depending on how long that this goes, I mean, this thing could go like 5 seasons. I don't know, but maybe he gets the call up. We'll just have to see how it all pans out. We're just trying to put more bullets in the chambers, guys. More bullets in the chambers. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a shot. All right, so you saw the signings there. We ended up getting Adeiny Hechavarria to be our backup shortstop, in a starter at the AAA level, but eventually a backup at the Major League level if we need it. Ken Giles, big sign there for the Dodgers. We got another signing, DJ LeMahieu to the Dodgers. Rizzo, Colton Wong to the Rockies. So the Rockies are making moves. Brad Hand goes to the Chicago White Sox. It's been kind of an eventful free agent period. And then we get this offer. We get this offer up on the table. Christian Pache for Matt Manning and Ray Del Villar. 2 players with A potentials. Matt Manning actually might have a B potential, but I know Ray Del Villar has an A. For Christian Pache, who has an A potential. And this guy, if you guys don't know who Christian Pache is, he was signed as an international free agent. And he's young, and he's rangy, and he's good. He's so good. He's more defensive-minded than Ronald Acuna, but he does have the swing that looks like Ronald Acuna. And I'm looking at this like, we got to do this trade, right? Look at how quick his bat is, how smooth he comes through the zone, and how much power he's got for the lanky type of build that he has. He's going to fill out, and he's going to be a beast. But the problem is we have way too many center fielders. We have way too many center fielders already. Daz Cameron, Derek Hill, Riley Green, Brennan Davis that we just traded for. We have a ton of outfielders, and we kind of need Matt Manning for the future. So I rejected the trade, even though I love the trade. I think Tigers fans out there really want to see if Matt Manning's going to make it and what's he going to do. So normally I would have done it, but we're not going to do it here. So I stick with Matt Manning to be a potential front line starter for us. We're at the Rule 5 draft, and we are taking the left-hander, Jesse Biddle, to, again, fill that bullpen up and make that have some more depth to it. So Jesse Biddle, a left-hander, he's got that B potential. He's a good player. I like him. And he's going to do some good things for us. So now that we have 2 left-handers in the bullpen with Vizcaino and Biddle, we're already creating that depth that we've been looking for in the back end of our bullpen. We got Matt Barnes, Biddle, Vizcaino. It's already a better bullpen than it was previously. Vizcaino is a 67 currently. He should be a 71. I think that's a contract issue or a playing time issue. So we'll just move that around to get that bump up again so his morale goes up. But we were offered another trade by the Padres for CJ Cron for Will Myers. And again, I'm not going to do that. CJ Cron is an animal, and we're not going to do it. We're not going to take that offer. All right, let's get into some spring training simulation, guys, and take a look at some of the top performers. Actually, we're going to look at everybody, but just really talk about the top performers. How's our offense doing? Well, Tommy Edmonds hitting 280. Harold Castro's above 300. DJ Peters is killing it in 30 ABs with 367. Jake Rogers continues to mash at 303. Bonifacio's struggling a little bit. Daz Cameron really showing to me that he's ready. Even at that 65 overall rating, he's showing to me that he's ready to go, which is good. I like to see it. Nico Goodrum kind of slumping a little bit, kind of struggling, but it is spring training. It's the first week. It is what it is. Bobby Dahlbeck down to a 68. And if I'm remembering right, that's actually an increase. It's actually an increase of where he was when we traded for him but I could be wrong about that. You guys have to correct me there. But Dahlbeck is kind of struggling in spring training. We'll give him some more at-bats here going forward, because now that we've gotten past the first week, I'm going to manually move those guys over, the bench players over, try to get them some more at-bats, try to get them some more XP, if you will, to go towards their rating. Casey Mize, 72 overall, so he's almost there. He's almost there. He's right next to Fulmer. He's right next to Daniel Norris. I think that potential is going to shoot him up into the mid 70s, maybe upper 70s by the end of the season. He's definitely making the big league club this season. There's no question about it. I don't even care if he performs badly in spring training. He's making it. Tommy Edman, by the way, is up to an 85. So we got a +2. Daz Cameron got a +3. Peters still swinging at 296. Christian Stewart's at a 69. 73 for Bobby Dahlbeck. So you went from a 68 to a 73. Maybe that was a lineup issue. Maybe that was because he was on the bench, because the performance there, he didn't really do a whole lot in spring training, but he did get some at-bats. He did get some extra experience there, which is always good in the long run. Travis Demerit, he's all the way up to a 60+. I like what I'm seeing there. We signed this guy, Chuck Horton. Little portly looking fellow, but he's quick. He's got 98 speed, and I think he's going to make the big league club as our 25th man, just literally to have some more speed on the bench. Casey Mize, 17 innings, 11 strikeouts. He performed very, very well. Tarek Skubal did not perform well. I wanted really badly to call him up, but that just does not look like it's going to happen quite yet. Vizcaíno, 74, but didn't do a whole lot, didn't do very well there. Altavilla didn't really do much either. In the back end there, of course, MLB The Show in simulation does not push those guys in spring training. But here's our last spring training game. It's the box score, so you guys can check that out. Did anybody hit a home run? Nope, but Tommy Edman did have a triple, so I like that. And he got a stolen base. So hey, I love me some Tommy Edman, guys. Love him. I hope you guys do too, because he's a really good player for us. He's an 85. He's our best guy. He's our best guy. And he actually got moved down to about an 83 overall. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So guys, let's actually get into opening day. We are here at opening day on the road in Minnesota. And we're going up against Corey Kluber. And with a base hit double, a leadoff double for Harold Castro, we try to do some things with Tommy Edman. That doesn't work out, and the inning goes to waste. So we have one hit, but no runs scored. Matthew Boyd is our opening day starter. Not in Detroit, by the way. Not in Detroit. We're in Minnesota, but he is the opening day starter. I'm thinking maybe we're going to get probably Casey Mize to open up for us here in Detroit. We'll see about that, though. But we do get a solo home run, so you gotta love that. Gotta love that. Boyd getting into some trouble here with 2 down with a double from Eddie Rosario. Daz Cameron up. He's going to fly out, unfortunately. And Tommy Edman actually gets on again with a single, and we're going to steal another base. Another base with Tommy Edman. So that's the stealing, the thievery. He's the hustle player that we need on this roster, guys. We need a player that's going to be offering that. All the good teams have a guy like that. And that's championship caliber. That's championship caliber made here. So we got bases loaded situation, and a sacrifice fly is going to get 1 run in. So now we have a tie ball game here. DJ Peters still kind of struggling in today's game. He is now 0 for. He's going to fly out, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Krylov going to get a single. Buxton going to get a single. And Luis Arias is going to strike out. And then 2 runs are going to score thanks to Adam Frazier. If you guys remember me talking about Adam freaking Frazier from MLB 19 and a lot of those little speed rebuilds at the deadline that I had. I love me some Adam Frazier. But right now, I don't like him. I actually hate him for scoring those 2 runs. Still 3-1 game here. Mitch Garver on 3rd, and Krylov going to get a base hit. It's not going to be 4-1. Edman getting another single. We're going to attempt another stolen base, and he slides in safely. So Miggy, hit and run. He gets a double. That's going to score Tommy Edman, so we pull within 2. Jake Rogers comes through with an RBI single. It's going to score Miguel, and we are now down by 1 run. Matthew Boyd's starting to get a little low there on the energy level. And, you know, with this Twins lineup, we're facing the top of the order. We got a couple left-handers, and we got Jorge Polanco, the switch hitter. They're 0 for the day except for Frazier. Put in Biddle, the Rule 5 guy, and we do. He gets us out of that inning. That's a really good job by Jesse Biddle. Against Miguel Sano, we're thinking about it. We're thinking about switching Biddle out, but we are going to go with him. He gets all 3 outs, gave up 1 single, but he does another job. So he pitches 2 innings in today's game, and he did a job. He did a job. 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. I like it, Jesse. I like it. So we're going to have him face off here against the lefty, Krylov, but he gets a walk, and then a stolen base, and then a single to Byron Buxton. So now it's probably time to switch him, right? Nope. We're going to keep on keeping on with Biddle. He gets 2 outs with strikeouts, and now it's time for Matt Barnes, but he walks. He walks Jorge Polanco, and then against Miguel Sano, he's going to get the ground out. And now we are going to the top of the 9th inning, guys, and I think it's time that we get into this action against Taylor Rogers. Here we go, guys. So this is a big inning for Detroit, and I wanted you guys to see some action here because it's kind of a big deal. If we can get an opening day victory on the road, that might set the tone for the rest of the season. If we don't, it's just going to be one of those, maybe one of those years again where it's, oh, dang, we made all these moves. We made all these big-time moves for us. We got a lot of hype surrounding us. We got a lot of things going for us, but we're still losers. We're still a bunch of losers, right? Well, Taylor Rogers trying to do his best to get the Twinkies 1-0, undefeated in the 2021 regular season to start us off. And then Jake Rogers going to get a 3-1 fastball, 95 on the black. And here comes the next pitch to Jake Rogers in a full count, and he's going to take the slider inside, and we're going to get on with a leadoff walk. And the Twins manager, the new Twins manager, does not like that. He can't like that because now you're facing a lefty and a righty with Jeimer Candelario, who already has a home run so far in this game. So he has found his swing. And what? You're bunting? Why would you bunt? I think Ron Gardenhire is just looking around and he sees all these Twins uniforms and these Twins fans and thinks like, dude, yeah, I'm back in the 03 season, the early 2000s with my Twins that used to bunt and play small ball all the time. Yeah, he pops up. Jeimer Candelario is asked to bunt, and he pops up to first base. What do you think was going to happen, Ron? Oh, my God. Well, Jorge Bonifacio was up with 1 down now, and the job is simple. Just don't ground out and do a double play. If you're going to fly out, make sure you hit it hard, like you did right there. Just straighten it out just a little bit. Maybe we can score this run. Maybe we can score this runner with Jake Rogers. Probably not. Probably gets a third on a gap shot. But still, give us a chance here, Jorge. Let's go. 1-2 count with 1 down. 11 pitches in for Taylor Rogers, the lefty. Gets a sign, deals. It's going to be a sinker. Bonifacio is going to foul this one off. 1-2 count remains. Rogers checks the runner at first. Gets a slider up and out of the zone, and Bonifacio obliges. Dude, that is a bad at-bat in a crucial situation for us. Nico Goodrum, got to be the hero. Got to be the hero here. We are down to our last out. Hit 22 home runs last year, so maybe he can run into one. Let's hope. 2 down, 0-1 count. Here's another slider, and that one's going to be over the head of Eddie Rosario. Here comes Goodrum to second, Rogers to third, and the Tigers are now in business. Yeah, first base, runner on first base is kind of in business, but this is some big-time business because, hey, we are now pinch hitting for C.J. Cron, and because of that power threat, they're going to go ahead and intentionally walk C.J. Cron. Now, I think that that's also a bad move by Gardenhire because they're going to walk you anyway. So why would you pinch hit for C.J. Cron and then have to put Travis Demerit on? You could have pinched hit for Demerit and then had Demerit run. So now you've wasted You've wasted C.J. Cron, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as 2 runs are going to come in after a terrible throw from the outfield as Harold Castro comes through, guys, in the top of the 9th. I love you, Harold Castro. I love you. Look at this swing. He tries for the slider again. And that's a huge, huge base hit by Harold Castro. Tommy Edman comes on up as they do make a pitching change, and he strikes out. So unfortunately, we can't capitalize on any more runs. And now it's up to Joe Jimenez, one of the relievers, the top relievers of the season last year, had 36 saves for Detroit, is going to come through here with a strikeout on Max Kepler. So that's a big out, but unfortunately we did get that leadoff walk. Now we got to face off against Eddie Rosario, and he's going to lift a little looper. That one looked actually more hurtful, more damaging than it really was. I thought that was going to go a little further than it did, so luckily it's only going to be a pop-up to Edman, and then another walk. Another walk given up by Jimenez, and now the tying run is at second. The winning run is at first base. Now here comes Buxton, going to ground ball back to Candelario, throws over to second to Tommy Edman, and guys, the Tigers are going to steal a victory here away from the Twins in opening day on the road. Look at Candelario there. He's like, what? Did you say something? Did you say something? You guys saw that? If you missed it, go back up just a little bit, a couple seconds. It was pretty funny. He's looking at the Twins, either the Twins dugout, or he's looking over at the fans, and be like, "What? What'd you say?" Yeah, we're 1-0. We're undefeated. We're going 162-0. Simple. Evan with 2 stolen bases. Matthew Boyd pitched decent. 7 hits allowed in 5 innings, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 4 earned, 4 runs. It was a decent showing by your Detroit Tigers. So we're actually going to go ahead and simulate to the end of March. We're currently 3-2, and do a little simulating here in the first week of April. We will finish this episode at a 6-5 record. I will leave you guys with the stats update up on the screen. And just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning into today's episode. Leave a like if you like this thing. And let's get to, I want to do it. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100 likes before the end of the weekend. And I will make sure that this next episode, part number 4, will be uploaded on Monday. Yes, you heard it correctly. If we get to 100 likes, I will upload the next one on Monday. Otherwise, we'll have to wait because I do have some other things that I want to get done with some extra content here on the channel. But I'm really enjoying this. I think we're doing a good job with the Tigers as a true and realistic type of rebuild. Hopefully you guys are too. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Who are some players that you think that we should try to acquire? What do you want to do about Miguel Cabrera going into this 2021 season? I'm really anxious to hear what you guys are thinking so far. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing, and I will see you in the next one. As always, peace.